All right, question time. DKDC92. Now that Zeke is done, what do you expect for Dak? Well, I was big mad last night because Jared Goff signed for about $33.5 million and $110. Was that the guaranteed? Something insanely high. Look, you guys know me. I get upset when the Cowboys front office does not push to get deals done. I can't blame them for the Dak stuff, though. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I think more so this was Dak's team going, no, we want to be the last quarterback to sign. Jared Goff got more than Carson Wentz. Prepare yourselves for Dak Prescott to make more than Jared Goff. That's just how contract works in the NFL. At that point, maybe it's $34 million per year. Sorry. Vincent, how does next year's CBA affect all this? Great question, Vincent. I mentioned earlier that 30% rule. That is one of the biggest parts of this. With the way the 30% rule works is that in the final league year, which is going to be 2020, you cannot have an increase of beyond 30% and into subsequent years. You can't. What you can't do is you can't have, okay, Zeke makes 12 and then 13 and then 14 and then 15 and then 30 in the last year that he's never going to get, and that's how we let the agent get to 15 APY. You can't do that. You cannot randomly backload the contract. You have to make it a steady increase. That's a little bit tricky to do. I think that's why you saw this deal take a little bit longer to actually get done. So keep that structure in mind. The Cowboys, here's how they've gotten away with that so far with the Jalen Smith and Leo Collins deals, is they've added an option bonus after the first year that acts as a second signing bonus, and that helps space the money out long term. I would bet you see something similar with this Zeke contract. All right, Gabriel Peterson, what can we expect from Cabo, or from post-Cabo Zeke? Well, the last time we saw Zeke come back from Cabo, the dude was shredded. Absolutely shredded. Meanwhile, John here, Actually, I want that question from John. Anyway, use hashtag Cowboys. Producer Brett's still waking up there, I guess. It's okay. Use hashtag Cowboys. I think Zeke will be in shape, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to be full-on football shape. I think you'll see more of a ramp up there. John. Oh, God. Of course, Brett. Scarborough at fullback. He's big. I don't think they gave him a fair chance. I think he would do wonders. Well, I would do wonders. Thank you. Here's the thing about Bo Scarborough. Guys, he's just not that good. Like, the Seahawks cut him. The Jags didn't put him on their active roster. 3 teams that said, nah, he's not good enough, sorry. All right, Jose Cap, will we see any trades during the season? If you see one, I would say after week 2 is the timing here. Because you got to free up a roster spot for Robert Quinn after week 2. You're already 10 deep on the defensive line. None of those guys get into the practice squad. So maybe you trade somebody. All right, King Reddick, who gets the franchise tag? Great question. Now, someone earlier asked about the CBA and all of that. This is also a weird quirk this year in the CBA. Because the way it is set up, if there is no new deal, you can actually use 2 of the franchise tags. The normal franchise tag and then the transition tag too. So if Dak and Amari both are unsigned, well, you can use it on them. If they're both signed, maybe use it on Byron Jones. Those are the only 3 that I think make sense. Right now, I think Amari is the most likely because I think he's the most willing to wait on his deal. Mike Stevenson, who do you think is in the last year of their contract and won't be re-signed? Guys like Malik Collins, Randall Cobb are out there. I don't know if Jeff Heath comes back. I think this is about the end for Sean Lee, frankly. So those types of players. Ooh, Anthony Brown, I don't think he comes back either. And frankly, I'm not feeling too great about Byron Jones either. All right, guys, again, the breaking news here. The Cowboys have agreed to an extension with Zeke. 6 years, $90 million. And with the 2 years he has left on his deal at about $13 million, Zeke's now a $100 million man. And that is how the agent will spin it as the agent one, and I'm very curious how the actual structure works out. So with that in mind, grade the Zeke extension, A, B, C, D, or F. I am going to type in F for finally, because it's finally done. Not as the, oh my god, it's an F grade, but finally done. So FD altogether. It's probably in the B range for me right now. I'm glad it's over. I do really want to see what the structure is. I would bet this deal is not going to be as potentially sunken shippy as the Todd Gurley deal is. I made that up. That's not a word, but you know it's early, so I can make up my excuses there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section. All right, John Jackson. I finally get to see a live broadcast. I'm in the Philippines, and the time difference is rough on me. John, thank you for watching. Glad you're able to enjoy it this time. Jonathan McCall's out in Australia. It's 10 p.m. here. Thank you for putting in what time, because I would have had no idea. I appreciate that, Jonathan. Thank you for stopping in. Simon, yeah. All right, John Sampe. Shout out to the Cowboys from Indonesia. Yeah. Thank you again. I appreciate everyone watching from overseas today. That's awesome, guys. I really do appreciate it. All right, Jonathan Guadalupe. Now that the Zeke drama is done, what concerns you the most? Amari Cooper's health or paying Dak after Goff's deal? Funny autocorrect there, by the way. I say I'm more concerned about the short term, Amari Cooper's deal, or his health, excuse me. Like, Dak's going to get paid at some point. As long as that gets done before Patrick Mahomes, at this point, it's not going to drastically change anymore. So I'm going to go with Cooper's health on that front. All right, Wraith K. Will Zeke have enough time to get ready for the Giants? Yes, he'll be in practice today, Wednesday. He'll go through meetings, all that type of stuff there. I just don't know if you're going to see 35 carry Zeke. I think you might see more of 20-25 max game from Zeke. Hopefully it's a blowout and they don't even need Zeke. DZ Ray Cowboys. I hope there is something in the deal about his off-the-field issues. Probably is. Frankly, I feel like this is not well known. Most contracts actually have a, if you get suspended, we void your guarantees clause. So I expect you'll see that exact same thing with Zeke Elliott. Again, we'll see the future full-on details there. In terms of what the guarantee money is, what the structure is, what the verbiage is in terms of if Zeke gets suspended again. But normally, a suspension, it just voids the guarantees. So, just make note of that there for the Cowboys and for Zeke Elliott. 6 years, $90 million deal with $50 million guaranteed. Some more live Q&A here. This one from Jay Weber. Dak deserves whatever he signs for. He's a winner, and when we win the Super Bowl with him, those Dak haters keep that same energy. I hope so. That'd be great, right? I think that's the end goal there in the end for the Cowboys and for Dak Prescott. And if they win the Super Bowl at that point, give him whatever he wants. All right, Matthias is watching from Switzerland. I like that. Thank you, Matthias. Their country music in the Dallas Cowboys. Great way to wake up. I agree. This is nice to have a little early morning deal done, finally over. Now I can sleep because I have not been sleeping all that well, quite frankly, because it's been busy and it's not the best thing out there. All right, guys, the Cowboys play the Giants in Week 1, so get rid of commercials during the game. No more of those bad car commercials that I swear they do bad on purpose. Instead, download the MyTV Choice app, chatsports.com/MyTV. Instead of crappy commercials, you'll get news and sports videos from us here at Chat Sports. Yeah, go download today at chatsports.com/MyTV Choice. Get rid of commercials once and for all. Once again, if you're just now tuning in, the Cowboys breaking news here early on a Wednesday morning. The Cowboys and Zeke Elliott have agreed to an extension, a 6-year, $90 million deal with what is being reported as $50 million guaranteed. I will make note, the structure is really what matters here, because typically the initial wave of reporting is some favorable in terms of what counts as guaranteed money. And there will be a lot of money on the back end of this deal that, frankly, Zeke's probably not going to see. So just kind of keep that in mind there for the Cowboys and for Zeke Elliott in terms of how this deal is truly structured. Now, this does make Zeke a $100 million man because it's really, with the 2 years he has left on his deal, an 8-year, $103 million contract. It does make Zeke the highest paid back in the NFL. So frankly, Zeke's camp and Rocky Arsenault, big-time winners here. So what is your one-word reaction to this Zeke extension? Let me know in the comments section. Your one-word reaction to Zeke getting this massive long-term deal that finally ends this incredibly frustrating holdout. Someone just says Zeke with like 3 E's a lot. Finally. That's kind of my reaction here as well. Yes, finally. Someone says sleep. That will be me later on today. Great. Finally. Finally. Great. Very common theme there. Some people say they don't like it. Super Martin says dumb. Someone says eat, as in feed. No one said feed, which is weird. Someone should have said feed there. Relief. That's a good one there. TKG. I think those all make sense. It's nice to have it finally over. All right, Yvonne, you think the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl? I mean, they certainly have a chance, and that's the expectation, right? If the Cowboys don't, it's going to be a big disappointment, I think. All right, Anthony Meatball. If Byron Jones is less likely to get a piece of that pie, should we trade him, and what can we realistically get for him? Like, if you don't get a first-round pick, what's the point? And coming off the injury and that he wants to get probably $15 million, I don't think you get a first-round pick for Byron Jones. It's tough to make trades at this point in the season. I think it is more valuable to have a year of Byron Jones, still possibly re-sign him. You're not guaranteeing he's not going to re-sign, and try and win the damn thing. I know that if someone's not going to re-sign, we want to trade him instantly. Keep him. Try and win with him this year. You'll get a third-round comp pick. That's, I think, a year of Byron is worth the value of a first-round pick, but also not having him for an entire season. All right, Chef Boy Jr. Is it the head coach, Jason, or a quarterback, Dak, that is holding us back from a Super Bowl this year? I mean, I kind of want to see how the season goes, but, you know, you had Tony with Jason Garrett, didn't work. You had Dak with Jason Garrett, didn't work. Both share some level of blame, but if the season doesn't work this year, it's probably going to be on the head coach's, responsibility. All right, Jesse, do you think we are Super Bowl ready? I do. I think the goal should be to make it there. Look, get into the playoffs, of course, is goal one, and then it's all kind of screwy, and there's a lot of luck involved, ask the Saints and the Rams, by the way. But yeah, I do think that this team is as close as they're going to be, Like, they're not like the Patriots where they're always Super Bowl, prepared, but this is a good enough team to make a push to win the Super Bowl. That should be the expectation, and if they don't reach it or come up way short, Garrett's gone. Wolf Hunter 421, should I still start Pollard in my fantasy league this week? Probably not, mostly because with where you took Pollard, you're going to have safer and better options. John, last minute play for the win. Who to trust, Amari or Zeke? Well, if you got a minute, you probably got to throw the football. And at that point, the answer is probably Amari Cooper, which is why Amari's going to make more than Zeke on his deal whenever that does get done. John, with all the talent we have on this team, maybe we can be the first team to win 3 in a row. Let's just get 1. Give me the 1, and then we'll worry about all that stuff. For sure gaming, should I bet on the Cowboys -7 versus the Giants? I certainly think so. I already did bet on the Cowboys -7 versus the Giants. I did it on BetDSI. Chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. You put down $50, I'm going to give you $64 free. Heck, I'll throw in another big bet for you. Texas LSU. Texas, a 6-point underdog when I checked last night against LSU at home. Tom Herman always covers the spread as an underdog. Almost always. He's got a ridiculous track record. Go bet on Texas to at least cover. Make some extra money there. All right, closeout Tracer. Jones loves big deals. They are his flash. How we ended up overpaying B-plus players. Jerry Jones is not in charge, guys. This is not a Jerry Jones deal. This is a Stephen Jones deal. He means Jerry. Everyone means Jerry. Stephen's in charge right now. All right, Jonathan Guadalupe. But he's not. So, that wasn't even worth meriting, Brett. So is Morris cut? I don't know. There's definitely a chance of that. We will see. I don't know who the Cowboys are going to cut here. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.